One Piece, chapter 836, guys. The Vivre card Lola gave. That's the title of this chapter. Now, this chapter is very short but packed. This chapter starts off with Nami connecting the dots that Lola's dad mentioned. The flashback from Pudding saying that one of her sisters ran away. The flashback that when Lola gave her the Vivre card stated that, hold on to this card. My mom is a very powerful pirate. And one of Lola's subordinates states that you might want to keep a tight hold on it because it's going to come in handy one day. Now, after that, Randolph comes in and Cracker tells Randolph to stay out of this. And apparently he shouted, and when he shouted, the forest scattered. I'm talking the trees, the plants, whatever living food, they just scattered. And Luffy was wondering, is it hockey? But Nami notices that it's fear. So after that, after the shout, some of the trees and plants seem to wither away. Now, I'm not sure if the souls left or were they just withered into cowardness. Now, Luffy also notices that Cracker is very strong. And Cracker states that they're not going to underestimate Luffy because he was the one that took down Doflamingo. And Mama sent Brûlé to handle the whole forest situation. But again, back to the underestimating, she sent Cracker as an extra measure. Now, after that, we go into Cracker talking to Chiffon, and apparently he's getting ready to chop off Chiffon's head because he's saying that Mama wouldn't be sad if an accident happened. Now, Brûlé shows up on a king tree from the Forest of Temptation, King Boum. Now, I'm not sure which part of the forest this is. Maybe the forest is made up of smaller forests, of smaller sections. I'm not sure which part of the forest this guy is king of. Or maybe he's king of the whole, but we know the forest is seducing. Or maybe we're in the smaller section of the forest. Now, as Brûlé shows up, she shows the mirror with Chopper and Carrot inside. And then she slams the mirror on the ground. And we notice that the mirror cracked, and Luffy was talking to Chopper. And Chopper states that the mirror cracked, not themselves. And Chopper also told Luffy to hold on. Now, I don't know what they said during that skip, but either ways, it seems like something very important that Chopper figured out. Now, we go into some of the plants and forests, they just turn back into animals. Not sure why. Also, when Randolph rode in, Luffy says he's back for more. Now, assuming that means he kicked his ass. But either way, we're going back to when the trees or whatever was living turned back into their original forms, which was animals. Now, back to Cracker. Cracker states that the wedding and the Vinsmokes are all going to get together tomorrow. Now, after he states that Mama's going to marry into the Vinsmoke because of their scientific expertise and their weapons and whatnot. Now, after Cracker states that, he goes into chopping off Chiffon's head. Now, is they're about to tangle, Nami and Lola's dad starts to run. During this whole scene, as she's running away with him, she digs in her boobs, which everyone guessed that that's where the Vivre card would be. But she digs in her breasts, takes out the Vivre card, and apparently this Vivre card warded off the animated objects. Apparently the trees, the plants, no one can go near her because they said that they sense Mama's soul within the Vivre card. Now, we all know Vivre cards are made from the tip of a fingernail, assuming that it goes into something deeper than that, because it's obviously some type of magic or now that we know about what the tree stated, some type of soul is involved as well. She stated that they couldn't go near Nami because of the Vivre card. And so after that, Nami says that she's not sure if the Vivre card is Big Mom's, but the Lola that she calculated up to this point, it might be Big Mom's. And also from the trees, I'm guessing that to us as the readers are stating that it's definitely Big Mom's, but Nami doesn't know herself for sure if it's Big Mom. Now we go into Cracker. Motherfucker Cracker. This dude bounty is 860 million. And from the get-go, he tosses Luffy back. And I don't know if I'm gonna make a video on it, but his powers, similar to a Cracker, he says knocks it once to turn into 2. Knocks it the third time to turn into 3. Similar, if you break a Cracker, it's gonna break into 2. You break a Cracker again, it's gonna break into 3 if you break one of the halves. But if you keep breaking it, it's gonna keep breaking. Now his nickname is Thousand Armed Cracker. And apparently, Nami states that he can't go all out this soon because we're only here to rescue Sanji. Now, I'm wondering, how are they going to rescue Sanji when they have 2 more of these sweet commanders to take care of? That's a ton of shit. That's a ton of shit. Now, Luffy states that Nami tells him that not to go all out because they obviously came there for a different plan. And Luffy says he's not sure about that. He thinks going all out is the only option, in which I definitely can agree. But I'm going to say that I don't know how they're going to do it. I really don't know. You got 2 more of these sweet commanders. You got Big Mom. You got the Vinsmokes. I really don't know how they're going to do it. Really don't know. But either way, I do think that they're probably going to get captured. They're probably going to let themselves get captured to get closer to Big Mom, which would be kind of strategic and good at the same time. So I'm guessing they might, again, let themselves get captured and probably take the fight to where the wedding is when they can get Sanji and escape at the same time, which would be smart and strategic, but I doubt Luffy's the type to get captured. I mean, take that all back. I doubt Luffy is the type to... But either way, guys, hope you guys liked the video. Definitely comment, like, subscribe, and tell me you guys' thoughts on this chapter. But other than that, I don't think he's going to get rid of motherfucking Thousand Armed Cracker.